Me wo Mira Alan John Kwajo Chairmantain. Penny a presidential aspirant for 2024 general election. Na ono ene founder and leader edema movement for change. And yende ena see na obeti movement for change. I think way back about 5 months ago, and movement no or launchy na ebe remember me ba be di hon common ade na ade ba ko a year striking a year last week Jumadie sonko e course so e wo enkran ya e no the economic summit ye be di hon komo kakra ye be rem ye be hwe ade en kofa ede ba ye hon hye san na titie potin na ya fa free hon ti ba bia wo bia ka me ho safi no wa join ye ni aha Angel 96.1 Mira memo akwaba
Kwame
chief
Bejoso Majen
Bejoso Pacho na pomu ye de
o apomu ye nyame adaroma
ele yakopo ase you still look fresh
amen nya o nyame na ye
ele yakopo ase papa me na me ka bibi ena no pe no ho nkomo no madia na ye di ho nkomo e wo ha about economic summit ya e course e wo enkran me pese me ti ase ne kofa by anything e dey na kofa economic summit no by
yo we dey kai me gina sa sumpie su na me dey chia otumfo Kokoso na mama no moni adwuma enura ye sagrenti wo obodwa nye Ghana nko a wiase nyina eti de santiman ye fapem ne de ye abakosem mu bra 100 years Sagrenti War bas celebrating 100 years Sagrenti War no kai say my old man my papa Dr. Alexander Ataya Chairmantain our share cultural center as no 100 years celebration no ono a etro bibi about Sagrenti War tm the past say 50 years on na say tutu ono so na breso what me ama ye di 150 years anniversary of Sagrenti War tibichia na say tu ne santiman nyina na Kwame economic summit na ye won kran no na ne fapem pa ne se wutie Ghana for dodo na omokwa do senka Ghana ebe frefre dom ye nyina ya ka bom na de ekoso wo Ghana sei no a ama nipa dodo na no ye hu se esikasem enkoye no na nka ye nyina ya ka bom na nka chesenka ya toato adwene ni ahwe kwan eba ye ba siesie ya hwe anum no aban entimi enkan ye bomu ema san komodie no emba so na movement for change yen se dodo na anim se ye de se ye ba na yaka Ghana fo nyina bom politics ehia se be se ba manchichemu aba ye nyina Ghana ne yesom no Ghana ye ya Ghana fo nyina ana eye mayen anonti ne se ma frefre dom na ye nyina ye hia na afei ma dream pok kakra me wo me share movement for change ase me di bibi friend great transformational plan aba na yemfa ento Ghana fo anim na omo empense mu na adwene pa o di nupa dodo na so wo no omo famra ne emfa nka ho na ya hwese eno na betimi eyi free kwasumu na ama Ghana akọ n'anim nti kwame se wo ha na kwani baji pa chese nipa ebaye TUC for penifo secretary general kasa ebaye civil from CLOSAG civil service and public service for penifo omunyina baye Association for Ghana Industries AGI omobai guta for ebai asofo political parties so representatives ebai traditional rulers ebai ana womo a siopon professors ne academicians enyina so bai ti se na wodwene ho a se kasa de ekie no ebi aba 3 or 4 years ago nka sabi ke bia nka de sisese no nka bia amba na yesi achia so mbu nti me yese meka nyina bom ti anu ne ade edikan de toso mienu na me pese Ghana fo wuti omo a do mo kan ni se afa party fo no ya bre omo manifesto ana obi ana manifesto isu nyina akwa promises nti se ye pese ye move Ghana beyond manifestos to a national plan. If it's a manifesto go to Mrs. Ghana and Ghana is any problem. I know the tosumi ensa. Na ye per se ye magana for need so. If it says ye nyina hia ne kabom ne to adwene na ye nyina ya adwene kosi se aha na ye betima fa magana ye dia. Womo a sabi sei omo ne anidaso no na afi o manya anidaso no ma miensa nti a ye summit no
ade ba ko am notice here was sanka usually summit bi no ma titi say no ya experience bi e wo krom ha ne ade no chief usually ya na partisanship who say amanyuko ahodo and omo edi omo ho chishim but they witnessing no last week here non partisanship mo am fa amanyosem bia enwuram
sa na se ba no am fa amanyosem bia refi se de make no ekwa se fa so a Ghana kona nim no enye party baako na betimi ayese adwuma no
that's right
ana nye parties no nko na betimi ayese adwuma no say ye nyina Ghana fo nyina ana etoato age enti eno ne non partisan no say wo hwa ukọ parliament a say nkomo a ekoso wo ho no bibia no enya ndisi ana MPP a bibia hia say ye de politics kra enam say akoye say parties bienu ana ye de tumi na hye omonsa no bibia no ne ye de aye politics na de no so Ghana ya ho de no so te anonti ena ye de say non partisan ubia mfa na dwerembra.
Okay, yeah issues that were discussed honum touch on the economy sikasem hon totoye ene hon hye woni so ade hunu wo hon say
the kind ye great transformational plan now eno ena na eye working document a ye de call summit no se afei ene ye nwina so na yemfa ending komo no o mu apopo enum.
Okay,
the kind eye the friend macroeconomy I say isi kansem no ho hyehyeye the tosu mienu eye industrial transformation ana the tosu miensa eye agriculture ana fe tourism na eno any economic cluster of the GTP ufa GTP na eka noma bebre hu asem eka economy said the making nanso so eka governance hu asem se wo hwa che se corruption se wo ka usikasem ehihye ho na se uyi corruption free mu a enyeye ana fe so infrastructure development ɛno soso ho hia environment ɛho asɛm soso hia enti sɛ GTP no deɛ sɛ wohwɛ a saa noma nyinaa no ɛkɔva nyinaa na mmom summit na ɛyɛ economic cluster enti saa noma nan a medi kan na yes on the economy no ɛno pɛ na yɛ discuss yɛ deɛ di kan yɛsikasɛm macroeconomy. Number 2, mfididwuma industrial transformation. Number 3, agricultural revolution. And number 4, tourism. Sa number 9, ana ye kika wansem wo summit nase.
Na ohwe ye ginabre as a country. E was any man 9 ya o kan ya. Say it saying.
Kwame. Say baby a Ghana yigina bre etie no men kai time a Ghana yesikasem ye sinking so low se sabre a ye wumi ana nya men kwa na meka
sure
president onu a abohu dawro nipa dodo na nyina no eka ho asem enti baby e gina no enye na enye nunti ana se yentu wanamo na ya nhwa hihye ya yebetimi ade agu akwai mu ama sansese aba from below a certain point ni peja ebeyedin se yo IMF se ye free IMF mu in 3 years time program ben ana se ye bedi akira ebetimi amaye sa assurance ni se yen san ko back bio enti normal ye kan ho asem no betwe bie so kakra kiro eye sikasem nhise dedi kan eye stable currency I say ye sidi no na hoodin etisen na won say de enti a mede anu di kan ni say u currency eye wa usika wo man mu wo use no se eni ahoden a bibia nu a wo ye be enu na affect inflation se de ye prices normal prices e kosoro enu asusu na affect interest rates o ko bobusia se wo currency nya kwame bibia be bia no e betosin enti de di kan solution ben ani e wo e betu ama ye currency no agina de di kan eye se esi etiminya more foreign exchange se ka se usika no eni nyira so a cedi no eni nyira so a compared to the dollar na eche se u foreign exchange a dollar eba oman ni mu no esa enti na che se nipa dodo no a mfa nso mokra no ma no obia compete dollars kakra wo no system no obia compete it definitely no bema cedi na hoden so ayeden ati enti the first thing yen movement for change ya canon say esie yetimi export say o export a ubenya foreign exchange na foreign exchange no eba eno na ebema apia cedi no ama cedi no enya hoden na say wo ka export ho asema kam bisa o say efiti bia woni bia na say so enye wo kura woni bia ye kura de wa kinkan e wo Ghana bakosem ye bisa o say Ghana ye export ye say ya normal mienu ben ana normal ben ye export a uka cocoa uka gold anu ano no ana mebua enti e ben den na obi a for 100 years un export hwe the export ani cocoa any gold gold no so kra no ye export kra foreign exchange na eba no emma embetra Ghana emma emwa ye economy no tina je say wo hwe party na se cocoa pe any ye foreign exchange ena enu ti se ye pese ye cedi no ejina ne nya foreign exchange mo a se etimi diversify export je say se nya no ma bebria ye betimi a produce na ya export wo export no na afei no ma dodo na wo kra no aye import no se afei wo sha se wo produce bi e wo Ghana.
Okay.
If it's a wo produce no money bi wo Ghana dia and then that the first no ka wo use a dollar e de kokra no na wo hia se wo be use sa foreign exchange ni bi o enti wo export no dollars no e dollars no na afei so de wo de use forex na wo no wo de import no eno so no what so a supply and demand. And that's the first thing I see. They told some mensa. On say Bank of Ghana or more Shishabia. Say who export to her except with the foreign exchange, you know. Eba. Say no. And tisa. The Padudona export no. Or more and fat foreign exchange, you know, Munyano. And some farmer. And no ma. Na je say support to your local currency no enti kwan na eni ho ntia but betimi atro say somebody na no enye problems ye ko kan ho asem solutions enti some of the things are ye kan ho asem say yetimi yesa your currency no e be stabilize so currency na stabilize ya affect prices in so many ways. So for example, say energy sector say electricity ne kwa faso a enya kanea no on say usidi no na ho den so te ana value no ekofam a na say wo kra crude oil e de aba eno na yetimi e de fire ye thermal plants ne ade na say time bia no you need more foreign exchange. Ansana wetimi akra what the ba no mo de ya Bawumia no once a dollar as say no why de na ne bo no so ayede no ebema wo energy prices no and so ayede e kosro so energy prices kosro pe na say enya effect wo bibia so say petrol bo ebe kosro transportation bo be kosro enti foreign exchange any currency ni de a fundamental want to stabilize now. Bibia baby no a bad amount. The last one person mechanism on say you can't inflation and I say a qua a faswa normal bo a cosrona. There a dimu pan a food prices. Food prices. I know say food prices no ufishemwa I didn't know normal bo a duane e bo cosra. Was a transportation cost one of the biggest elements. Now transportation cost also no high when petrol any a border cost. Now renewable cost I say o currency the week. And THS say it may affect BBR. Tell no dikaya na me pese metwe ya dwene baso.
Currently your economy you run Ghana here Chief, are we in a taxation economy and not a production? Because that is what we were promised. Your system here running this year.
I'm happy to say what's happening that way. So, taxation, acquire a buying beer for swa, ultimately a raise revenue. Because a revenue no sooner ultimately and finance development.
Of course.
But say we tax structure no say one shise ni year and no timi kum production.
Okay.
So one with the yeah. Say one shise we tax structure and no timi kum production. Say we the level of taxes in Ghana no compared to other African say yenye number 1 na me sure say bia be within the first 3. Duties in ye, levies in ye, just so many charges.
Yeah.
I just say ye impose do teach you a business no. Na nipa no kwa business ama wo tax no. Say duties ne levies no charges no edoso a.
Yeah.
Ebe dan na adwuma na gina.
But business.
Ama wo wanya kwan ba tax no. And we need the main a kum private sector Ghana say no. enti say me kan ye the solutions dey pe you know dey yenim dey enti number 1 we have to reform our tax structure.
Okay.
So we call amamaya omo eko omanima womo taxes no ye twen ema wunya profit ansa na ya be tax. Say ye tax structure na we Ghana ne ye si ani say no the friend indirect taxes no ye duty ye general port any levies na ye general no na the most important source of tax revenue in Ghana. Ohwe abrochira different direct taxes no just why adwuma wie ni tax no eno no ye omo major source just say we are doing completely the opposite and there's no way betimi akwa unless they be reform your tax structure.
So that's how the Alan Chimantin government to handle it.
And only ye solution ediaba. Na say ediba, I can assure you. And no and a bema taxes are from and the duties are from. So obeka say oh ye 1 or 2 taxes be influence. You are still not solving the problem.
Okay.
And say who tax structure na so change no. When you change tax structure na and ka ye levy ni sa no money na ka emma. And that's the first thing. I say yes sir. Number 2 so. I say Ghana no ni padodo na ye business no. Omo ye in the informal sector. Na denti na informal sector. What way say nam taxes here edoso no ntino. So any bibi kitwe bi na eja odidi hu kakra bi. Na wo ka say afi onko register onko business na fe onye ya say na say tax foi ebedi na chi ama fe na dwuma no kra fe kra na eba be say until there is no incentive for small companies to formalize and I say omo ebe register omo dwuma no to sha over 90% of business in informal sector until omo ni tax bracket mu until the can say the afafanto can say ye bomodian ne tete taxes ne yin so a companies obia benya ko be register the business properly if so register and ko bank obetimi nya bosia or register obetimi anya normal bebre but said ye tax structure ne ten obia no a wo adwin se ono ekwakoye enti no see etimi ye no a ye betimi a expand your tax base no ana fe so ye reduce taxes na nipa ebetua more tax. Enti eno ne
akọ wide net
na akọ wide net no na face so no kakra ewo mu dada no so no there is an incentive for them to pay the taxes because say taxes no wontimi ntua de te bia obepe kwan bi ode bedoje na mom no say reasonable there why not obi anu opese Ghana ego reasonable omo ebetua.
Now on taxation there's been this cry Ghana do no I can want some. There's a emission tax, 15% on VAT on ECG, electricity, any other. Concerns be bring now I take across a cabinet. I put you on hold 15% on electricity near day. Meaning how whether
they are going about it the wrong way.
Okay.
Say them they can. Sa taxes say they make in and ye fast so yeah and those taxes will not come in the first place.
Okay.
Are they may say lower taxes? Lower taxes are ebema companies are more profitable. None will tax there no be guna juma at the same time so won tax. How is it going to happen? Enti say emission tax living here say idea ye what the right strategy are. Those taxes will not even come up in the first place. Because who structure with the tax, who person reduce tax, enti won't fa sa taxes emba. Na senka sa taxes on certain any power resistant.
Yeah. Na
emu say still you could say in spite of the ye buy nipa come once still and ye penny it's a lazy way of trying to increase government revenue. ana de ka ho so bi on say leakages are your system no say revenue na openti na wo increase taxes and amebua leakages are your system no say ukọ me fa ni say your port leakages are offer public procurement just say procurement government contracts corruption any idea no say we combine say no money na wutimi reduce leakages corruption any non-payment of taxes say no money say wutimi reduce no by even 10% your revenue ebe kosoro by about 50%. And IMF cry when you say obeko. Enti nyadi aye complicated. Enti na yen ka say let's focus on how to solve our problems. And complicated.
Chief, have you ever at any point in time I can say this election should be about personalities, not political parties? What can
Yes, and I still maintain that stance. I still maintain that I didn't make us say Usha again amamaya etumpon na uko omabako semua. The great nations of this world were not built on the back of political parties.
Okay.
They were built on the back of individuals.
Yeah.
Osa nanko for etaika yanko Singapore Lee Kuan Yew. What is here can Lee Kuan Yew party once?
Yanka party.
Yanka Lee Kuan Yew party. At a point in time in the history of Singapore, Omunya kandini bia enam ni vision and the competence in it, Singapore became a different nation. At the same thing, even America, George Washington, said George Washington grand and the party area unim. In fact, George Washington was an independent candidate. The first president was an independent candidate. And about the individual. No. So we call China 30 years plus ago. So the Communist Party no.
Yeah.
Mao Zedong ni ade no mobile. Den na afi China it be turning around so quickly. Only my friend said late 80s, 89, and China became so powerful, almost 30s or more. Not Communist Party no, but it took one leader, a transformational leader, and your friend Deng Xiaoping. Or no, and now the vision, any normal or the bar China no, and a ma China. It won't say when we are saying China has not looked back from poverty. They say they are the second most powerful economy. And it is not about political parties. Okay. It's about the even Ghana Accra. Kwame Nkrumah. Was it about Kwame Nkrumah or about the CPP?
It was about Kwame Nkrumah.
It was about Kwame Nkrumah. And all I'm saying is say between two parties, NDC and MPP, between them, Omo Obia is 16 years. Ukaboma 32 years. So I say.
Yeah.
Both parties, they ended their 16 years rule with IMF. NDC, 16 years. Omo ended no na yakopie IMF. MPP, after 60 years, it doesn't matter where you started from. So you say, when I'm say, and I say, where did you end?
The end justifies.
The end. And she said, now we shall. Two parties now, and then one more as pre 2 million bill. Your more acquaintance 16 years. You ended with IMF. And does it require Sebi also Obukra a church who say it's time for a change?
Okay. Now let me put away parties.
And I'm part of it and come in can't idea back also. The idea I say your personality is not parties. So say we shapa na is en kadipa miensa. Na ye dey PSC.
I say there.
Anamebwa.
3. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Ana
John Mahama,
yes,
Alan Sherman.
Ana Alan Sherman. Say mo po obi a obetumi apagya Ghana na wakɔ n'anim.
Yes.
Eja no ma mienu so. Ɔse oba de no obeye. What is his vision for Ghana? Ana what is his record? Obetumi agina so say. Onam so waye we ni daninti no. Say the 2 minute manual. Obetumi apagya Ghana.
Well, it fits into the question I'm person bisa. Say then yen kasa about the personality Alan John Kojo Chremantin.
Yes.
Now you Mr. say why should he be Alan Chremantin?
Yes. Say you know me jina no so na me ye comparison na ana ebe ma me de no abai.
Okay.
I say me say about vision and ideas. Because we are not talking about the past. Say obi akasa. Former President Mahama Wakasa.
Sure.
Was it 24-hour economy? Say the Ghana phobia say 24-hour economy. Dina Uber ya a bit mama 24-hour economy naba. Me nyante ho imuaye. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no nkasa afi wakasa. The Wakaya nipa dodo na ete digitization. Anamewa.
Yeah.
Alan. Me say no ma enum. Ya baako. Ana 24-hour no ma enum. Me say the economy. The economy. If you say well, ubetima ka we nyina say economy no ankasa no eni nyina so a ubetima 24-hour economy.
You can't.
Say economy ni nyina so a ubetimi aye digitalization adenti no mu nyina no omu ntimi enkyerɛkyerɛ mu sɛ ade a ɛha economy ɛyɛ sikasɛm me solution yi adenti no mu ntimi kae me maka me say inflation ekwan a mefa so a mema inflation aba a single digit your currency ekwan a mefa so a ebema sika na gyina interest rates ekwan a mefa so for the first time in the history of Ghana, interest rate will become below 10%.
Feasible.
Ekwan a mefa so a yabusia yabwa amene nyina me on the macro economy. What is your mubia etima solutions? Me summit ya me ye. Mama 152 solutions. Na me fancy say ebi na wo koye obi be wia ayi waje ndabi wo be say Ghana for to aba ese ehu de oba be ye.
Yeah.
Ti on say wo hwa number 1 maka economy. Maka industrial transformation, industrialization. And you too. And I'm talking about a new agricultural revolution in Ghana. And I feel me say corruption so how we will deal with corruption. Infrastructure development you put there. My friend say the TV you never can want them. And if it's a contest about vision, any ideas are, the evidence is clear, at least between Yemi and Mensa. Na afei aba o record on na ebe tira so aka say o vision ya wo ka ho asemi say ye the 2 minimum wa wo betimi aya na enti aye hwehwe ye nya record me gina enkoko obi ho asem me de betimi aka no e clear one say there me year even before policies there me nka ho asem say but ye ba mu President Kufuor time. Me started as ambassador for United States. Now, this year, Ghana, after so many years, now it's just a vacuum, now a major problem. Now ama yentimi empeja vacuum no. During my time, any negotiations and ma yetimi a tall vacuum back. As I say, aluminium and gun, a pesi no. Vacuum, you treat a box near pesi aluminium. Vacuum, as I say, a bear gun no, to be a major factor. One will say oil and gas. And ye did you crack. when we say negotiations, came President Kufuor at the time na me ambassador ewo. At the same time, so ana yetimi enya adia no mo friend MC Millennium Challenge account no. Eno no ye start ye ho discussions in the negotiations war and finally no eba. Enti se ofa even that time ambassador time. It was the first time ambassador mitimi ye BBF no Ghana Skills Bank. Okay. Na say Ghana for wo amanoni nyina diaspora nyina no bitimi ye digital platform bia yetimi hu the whole world be bia Ghana for nyina ewo. I'm here ambassador 2 years. Now my record as ambassador in the United States there is there for everybody to see. But me ba Ghana no so 2003 no. One say President Kufuor the same in administration. Presidential special initiatives. And also me time me ankasa no ana me de ho adwene na me buy so me be execute. Number 4 me can say aban and concentrate on taripam garments and textiles. Cassava industrial starch. Oil palm and a face industrial salt. So that time in a PSI, I say from that time, say a man word twice from 2005-6 I'm starting. Senka ye twa menua me medi and word my buyer. And by now, and Kayenya and Kibenya be $10 billion every year from a man word. I have 5 times more than the year from cocoa. Na denti amekasa and say if Malaysia a man who do be free Ghana every year be only 20 billion tienya mu half okra so 2005 we start here men who aduma and men who go on a time then you want to be twitwa so and men who aduma no go on before from independence na you were only 25,000 acres and ukra na ye foreign companies, US for any no palm for omuna na edo near almost bare 25,000 acres. But the PSI oil palm buy no ye do 100,000 acres. 100,000 acres. And then yes, I buy for edo ye bois small farmers made me increase by 100,000 acres. And so what share PSI no kwa now the record in terms of industrial transformation. Your friend say, "In Chinwajuma, me time ena ema omo na yojido ene despite no omo ye omo nyina ekoye nchine." Say ye twaso a nka ne Ghana nka ye koyanim. Taripama agwa mtade ye pam ya ye de ekọ America ne ade. Me shase no. Just me CC factories ne ye lizima omo pam entire for export. Enti just my record wo hono President Kufuor Maslow ke ba nyina me na original idea.
Oh, okay.
From that time we make and as I say Fofi Antoata yi MPP free abemu a NDC susu ba ya wo mo entimi Antoa no manuso. But fast forward, yeba President Kufuor abemu. Most of the major achievements in Ghana. Me also and we share one district, one factory here. And no crowd there just say kasa ho asema say one will say there is no country in Africa within a matter of let's say 3 to 5 years. Yetimi abanye etimi ama private sector I over almost 300 factories. And come on put there near ye di boasty na even just music brew even by 13 po. Almost 300 factories. And it's so sure the impact of sa one factory in for now and in the future very significant. Yeah, nonko. So we share AFCFTA, African Continental Free Trade Area. the single market for Africa, the biggest project in Africa ever. And also me asabi me ana me chichere ema ebe mu na me aso na me ma Ghana yetimi nya headquarters no ewa asese ye de ene eduru ba bia na kofo ka digitization ho asem show say ye port your free bibia friend Unipass ana ICOMS and me be minister for trade president Akufo-Addo Brezo ana me ya ma yetimi enya sa new technology at the ports and nkofo ye hu propaganda ana akoma na kofa bibia ba na port asem ni ade omo ye hu propaganda. And I stood my ground. Within 3 months, over 1 billion cedis more within 3 months with all the propaganda. If you can't see that, now I mean, some of my just I'm say the me bohu derua over one within 3 months. Not over 1 billion cedis more than ever. Just a year make us introduce a porter now for a can Kwame, so we shall memory record where even in now before we came into politics now, and then Cardia be saying, and it's so obey Mampenia, Bisani say answer no about politics, and you are annoyed. Because one to me in fact with political, now may make us say, even ye politics to chair, ye bisa say, also pursue a president. Senior politics are. What were your achievements before Uber politics?
Yeah.
And to be there, I decided na me to Ghana for him. President Mahama and Dr. Bawumia. Omuna se omuda MPP ni NDC ano. Se the Ghana for do na ehun ni say. Bibi foforo bia ni wa MPP ni NDC omo betimi abaye enka omo ni chance omo over 32 years ka omo bibi anko betimi aye brodi so ka omo abaye dada na se wanya obi a owo the record both before politics ni owo na se ono ye ka ho asem a se ni musimu mpamienu fortunately wanya obi a ono kra so ejina sisi owo alternative no na adisre say Ghana for afei yama alanso emra na we'll see the difference ana edru baby said making wa kan wasema ana edin na dia na me pese Ghana for ti ase ne say enye de wo ba beka nkwa na hiu dia na other people eka about you media me ntimi say obi but media binim say obi a from 1994 na enye politics asempo 1994, Nasa Time Magazine International, one of the most reputable magazines in the whole world, say omo survey, no muka say omo pe the top 100 leaders, nipa oha. Omo sha 1994 ya meka wasem. Omo sha omo na ebe the new leaders of the world 1994. Na omo epe nipa 100 mbetimi asesa wiase na ye boni ebo obi ti se Bill Gates odi computer ho adwuma bae na ye bo Alan Chematin din ka ho na ye bo John F Kennedy din ka ho 1994 na se opo bi owo record dia Kwame Ghana for pejamia Ghana besisa
Aven we joining in ewo ha ene anopay many era Alan John Kojo Chairman ena yedin komo ewa ha ne nyina ya ni so ade hunu awo se obedi omampani ewo Ghana ne nhihye kra no de eba eno ehon komo ne yedie anopa hwe Facebook a lot of messages na ba Tilly Hart say we love you chief, a leader with vision, not like okay. Douglas will say the most humble person Kwame, you have interviewed this year is Alan. God bless you, Alan. On also need your day Abba and no. And with Ghana will rise again, movement for change. On also need your day Abba and no. Olive Junior say from Ekom Asawase constituency. Ghana, if we leave this man, we go suffer a lot as a country. Ghana needs Alan John Kojo Chiremanteng. Need your day Abba, I don't know. BD Jerry as the chief Alan Nie Ajumanie. The hope of the teeming unemployed youth in Ghana is Alan Chiremanteng. Obi say, I can see you want to join the movement for change train. Please, anybody who wants to join, you are all welcome. Honestly, need your debate. I don't know. Opoku Edu say, George say, Chief Alan, you are so humble, and you are a God-chosen president for Ghana in 2024. Mark my words. Tak Tom, I say, hey, Nyansa pa niye. Sanso and Adu Frankie say Alan Chiremanteng is the best man to lead Ghana. The movement is here to stay. Abena Ampofo say everybody let us vote for Alan. When we enter the polling booth, nobody will see us. Only our God who has given Alan to us will know. On Sunday the day and the message is Edoso pa enti ye friend so nsi ehonum couple of messages among for a day aba aomo eka and so I don't know. Now chief, for all in all movement so far at saying movement in general.
Oh, it's going very well. So I will say yes, here. Oh, my friends say we have 3-4 months.
Yeah, sure.
Now say Ukaya, one of the first activities are you know be movement work afafranto.
Yeah.
Na Kwame wo de sansina dwen ho yipa o obi a wo free party kase mu na wakọ ninchi baby a sa party no na ho den pa wo ni Nigeria so wo na o se me ye work no se we dey ma obi am free outside Ashanti ma even Ashanti kura no mpo no obi a wo akire kakra no
Emma
ebi se ya fe na Kumasi ne greater Kumasi keke na mo de momra won nipa e bai
sure
over 70% of nipa e wo ayi Asante a wo mu e twen bus a it's just almost per bus car crowd about over 70% and you now she nipa e buy.
Yeah.
Te Kwame, what further testimony? I know sabi u here. Na me no de ntia me hye dan ka ho asem ne say. Enye campaign nya Ashanti pe. Se mi wura voter regional. Kwame edu ba bi kura baka say bi a na bi a massive voter.
Wow.
The way omo edome wo voter no. Me want people na obi anim. Me want people obi anim say voter. Central. And say wo fa even northern region wa. Say after me mention me campaign say. Now when you say me advantage am me want say over obi ani say. I say agree ma chemu kakra. And the way I am me politics no so no. Me wo nipa ho do. Ti nipa so do me. Now I can tell you say there is no village in Ghana. No village in Ghana. Se me pie ho say. Ada say ye nim midin ana ye nim anim. No, there's no village throughout you know. Enti me there I'm very confident to say enough is say the make the Ghana for epic. They want a change. I just say, me but just at the right time say see one more per se what they need will be abeji omo. And she say no, she say me dey na babe about just at the right time. And she me dey nyamena yes in the Bible.
Okay.
Now first on say na me wo kwan a or first or order your steps.
Sure.
So what I say?
Sure.
And yes, we saw ya na. So me call ahaya. So ahaya so me state school.
Yeah.
State school. Master Atam. I started class 1 at the age of 4. Me call secondary school at the Sada College. Number D9. Me we school. Me call economics. USC for and then the largest company. We are Ghana, the largest company in Ghana. USC. 22 years now. Me a manager. USC. As I say, here in there. 22 years. Kumasi Kingsway stores.
Yeah.
And Poku. No Poku trading.
Poku trading.
Poku trading. Na ye Kingsway stores. Kumasi. 78. Me na nam ye manager. 78. Now me manager wo. At that time, at the age of about 23, I say BBC.
Wow.
Oh, and till I am so. I know that in your politics and career, we see much. And I'm may you say international and yet only local. No, be I met me the African Continental Free Trade Area, Upper Africa. I say, come in.
Chief, how critical and a 2024 election a year in Ghana?
Very important. Chief, we are at a crossroads. Ghana, say, baby, the decision we make in 2024, because nipa obedi Ghana anim. The decision we make in 2024, this year, general election, will determine whether we sink or we become the star of Africa. And it can be done. Very, very important. Say the mekano. Say nanke bianka bifufro ewoha yentimi huidianke different. But say MPP. As you say, after 60 years, ye IMF. Now NDC. Almost after 60 years, IMF. Now who will appear? We share the background, both local and international. Me the president the well nipa respect me internationally, no. So me a president, the difference will show very quickly. Very quickly. Nanya dia so ebeche. Today be ameka say me no be a transitional candidate. Within 4 years, what I can do for Ghana, within 4 or 5 years, within 4 years, first time you see the difference.
All right, within 4 years, we will all see the difference. We say, one thing I like about Alan is that he doesn't insult or lie. He always speaks to facts. Ubi message or the buyer semen kind and fa emao and no. Your brain no and pay. Na it has always been an honor. Say Chief, you didn't come more. Anybody who gets closer and as you now say you didn't come more, we tend to learn a lot. Now you say there's still hope for this country. So you better say other African countries are doing it, moving away from the political system and giving individuals the opportunity. Say you say bibi war obi mua irrespective of nipa you say bibi wonimu. Let's give him the mandate no nyejuma. So sometimes when I hear in Ghana, na say, oh Ghana there, we are. I'm like, you can't do the same thing all the time and expect different results. And if Ghanaians we still want to be in the same situation, I think the status quo should continue.
Yeah.
But if we want a changed Ghana, as I say, something different. Now, yeah, expected that different results, no. And yes, Sadia, any consider na you know, yeah, Munya say, Mufre complain, no. We say, we consider because we are doing the same thing, so the same results, and I think Biano, even achieve. We are very grateful. Sports lovers, and I say, yeah, usually they don't hear you about sports.
Okay.
And say, yeah, more sports. no so and especially the course of Ghana no yes sports what's up
no crepa na em say me share about a program bi kofo bebre na me ko munni mintra na time na corners ye corners a je say kotoko ye ni corners ye mu feel na me director wo cornerstones.
Wow.
At that time we from MCB W80s cry now before that cry. Alaji Cruiser only have bisa Alaji Cruiser no. Say yes.
Okay.
And me sports there in football from I'm say 2006-7 me organize national cycling competition.
Okay.
National cycling competition. And football where you go. Naja sometimes you know we can watch some adding.
Okay.
And to patrol catch sport lovers and they say me ba sports in Ghana no will rise again.
Sports in Ghana will rise again. And now no pays to Chief Eba, Director of Policy, Honorable Yao Boabeng Asamoah, na Okaho Ebi, and Director of Communication, Courage Nobi, and so Ebai, Adele Majub, and so Ekaho, Miaminia Jackson. And so by Omunina Ewo broadcast, and a Francis production, Benedict Ewo production, Uncle Steve Tremanting, and so by and a Yankasa Yen Nana Kwasi Prempe, Omunina, and so any chief and a by Chief, I'm very grateful. The other catch to Tanzania, sorry.
You got me with as usual, Medawasi. Na me bo mabaso angel, Miaminia. Dr. Kokotin ene na dwuma fo nyina se mehwe de angel nko atimi aye se won se me da me say se aye business people aye private sector se ye peja ye nya obi a ote private sector fo ase no one private sector fo aye adwuma da ne peja business fo na ene na besisa Ghana enti me kan sa na me bo me amenia Dr. Kwaku otin so me bona baso de bibi obesom bia na adane gold ti medamase
then so yeah that's it answer the sorry no the report said there's this motor accident SUO Duampompo wo Kumasi Accra Road in Chebianti yesterday the nearby fire service or say accident near Nyaka Mumwai the nearby fire station at Ben Duampompo Mumwaina Monche Emfa and my Chief Yan said that's it.
You
and a pay so by.
Come that's
it. Okay. Yeah, the uncommon ever see Ewaha na Yame Eya Domoa Ochna Yaba Betwaso. Beda Peningfua a can chief who buy better almost near the chief assay. Na at the same time, so my production team in Damonso assay. Yame had much besia by sorry, up next sports and by Monday near by I forgot today's Friday. The Juma Yemede. To be such a say Monday Yame had ever say up until then enjoy your breakfast, have the best of the weekend and always be good. Yadamasi.